Welcome to Matché. In this introduction, we will explore how to use the Matché love engine to simulate some of the complex feelings and behaviors that emerge in romantic relationships. Matché was designed by an MIT PhD student, myself, who wondered whether or not we can use the same mathematics that characterize the cosmos to describe the ebbs, flows, and orbits of two personalities entangled in the dance of love, libido, and loneliness. We can start the Matché love engine by pressing on the Matché logo. Matché personalities are captured in entities called simples, spelled like the word simple but without the E. Simple is short for simulated people. By filling out a short questionnaire, a simple is created that captures several of the important features of an actual personality. The Matché love engine loads in two simples and spins their inner feelings into a dance that is unique to every set of personalities. Simples can be selected by pressing the round and square icons under the names. Here we are watching two simples that are alike in all ways, except one prefers close relationships, 1M, and the other, 3M, prefers more space. A key can be displayed by pressing on the top right corner of the screen. Simples express their immediate mood by changing color. Where a gray simple is neither seeking nor avoiding their partner, a green simple is drawn to other. Black indicates that this simple is avoiding their other, usually because they are stifled. Red indicates that they are getting ready to break up and terminate the relationship. The engine will predict how often they are having sex, shown by a rising green heart, and the quality of each sexual encounter, with larger hearts indicating better sex. The Matché engine tallies fights, shown with a cross, and even postulates on how likely each simple is to have sex outside of the relationship given the opportunity. This is shown with a descending black heart. There are a number of interactions that are possible, including marriage, where you marry the simples and see what happens, and baby, where you introduce one or more infants into the mix. You can add temptation or stress test the relationship by blowing things up. Observation about how close the couple is, how frequently they are having sex or fighting, will rise from the screen after 30 simulation days have gone by. Characterization of how each of these simples are feeling will be shown on the top of the screen beside each of their names. Pressing on the Day's Stats button will show stats which give numerical values for these measures, as well as the number of cheating opportunities for each simple that have been taken, as well as a host of other information. In addition to monitoring sex, fighting, and cheating, the Matché love engine will evaluate the innermost feeling of the simples. Matché monitors how loved and how loving each simple feels. It also monitors their libido and how lonely they are, with positive numbers indicating loneliness, with negative numbers indicating the opposite, being stifled. It also monitors the stress, with 0 being not stressed, and 20 and 30 indicating pretty significant stress. It also monitors how hard each of the simples are working to preserve and maintain the relationship. And it gives a global index in status of how the relationship is doing. 100 status indicates a very relationship that is in a very good place. If the relationship goes south, a simple will turn red, indicating that they are close to breaking up, and a counter will count from 0 to 100. If the counter reaches 100, it is assumed that the couple has broken up, and that they are, in fact, no matchy. The pair will still continue to interact, and it is possible to recover from a no-matchy condition. It is important to remember that the matchy love engine is not a crystal ball. It will not precisely predict what color underwear each of the simples are wearing. This is partly because simples do not wear underwear, but more importantly because simples are greatly simplified mathematical entities. Matchy is an apt that is a parable, or an aparable. It is an app that shows archetypical stories that we can learn from. And though these stories are customized to personalities or simplified personalities, they are far from certain in the real, very much not simple world. So please don't go taking this app too seriously. Kick your man out of the house and then sue me when you feel lonely and realize that you are an idiot. What this parable excels at is at visually presenting structural problems that will likely emerge over the course of a given relationship. Recall that we are watching two simples that are alike in all ways, except 1M prefers close relationships and 3M prefers more space. These simples have a real structural problem on their hand. 1M will feel lonely and move in on 3M. This will make 3M start to feel stifled, and he will move away. This basic pattern will repeat again and again, resulting in 1M chasing 3M all over town. How will 1M feel? They will likely feel both lonely and unloved. After all, their other is always running away from them. And 3M, while feeling adored, is probably feeling stifled and hot under the collar. What is really interesting is that if you take 3M and put them with another simple, 9M, a simple that prefers relationships that are even more distant than 3M, the roles will reverse. 3M will chase 9M all over town and feel both lonely and unloved. This kind of structural problem and its more complex cousins are visually clear in the matchy parable. On the right-hand side, you will see interactions that can be introduced into the simulation. Everything from the currency, called dim of the game, bombs, sexy bait, adding a baby, marrying the simples, stopping sex, having a night out, and giving gifts. We will cover these interventions and interactions, as well as how to add and share personalized symbols in an accompanying video called Matchy Part 2. Matchy, making love simple.